I said a couple months ago I was going to try to keep my coverage of the impeachment saga to a minimum because I think there are a lot more important things to discuss, and it's being played on every station and network pretty much nonstop. But I also said that this would benefit Trump in his reelection bid in the same way that Clinton's approval rating went up after his own impeachment. And it looks like I've been vindicated to an extent. President Trump leads top 2020 Democratic White House hopefuls in theoretical mashups in Wisconsin, a poll released Wednesday found. Former Vice President Joe Biden, Senators Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg all trail Trump in Wisconsin. According to the new Marquette Law School poll, last month all of these candidates except Buttigieg beat Trump. Trump topped Biden 47% to 44%. Trump also holds a 3-point edge over Sanders in Wisconsin, 48% to 45%. Trump's lead is wider against Warren at 48% to 43% and Buttigieg at 47% to 39%. So out of those four, Buttigieg does the worst. People who keep saying, oh, he's what we need, new generation, people are going to be inspired. Bunch of crap. But I wish that was the end of it. We have another poll here which was taken by the same place. And it says support among Wisconsin voters for impeaching President Trump has dipped slightly since the start of the public hearings. 40% of registered Wisconsin voters said Trump should be impeached or removed from office. The results are a 4-point decrease since a similar poll conducted in October before House Democrats launched the public phase of the impeachment probe. The charge is within the 4.1 percentage point margin of error. Support is still deeply split by party identification. 4% of Republican respondents and 7% of lean Republican respondents in the poll support impeachment. Among Democrats surveyed, 81% support impeachment. So I'm glad I'm not part of the 81% because they're not doing themselves any favors. Now, there will be people who will say, this is just one poll, get over it. Don't, we still have a year to go, all that stuff. But the central point I was trying to make when I said I oppose impeachment is not because I think Trump is some person who's never committed any crime or any of that. It's because when you have one party that is focusing on getting rid of that person and the other one appears to be under attack by both the other party and the media, even though, like I said, their establishment, they're going to support anyone who backs an establishment position versus, being actual progressives. So the point is, when these two things come together, they make the president look sympathetic, and then the approval rating goes up. Uh, I mean, I don't understand people. You break things down for them. You try to explain it, and I'll still have someone who will write a comment saying, "You don't know what you're talking about. We're going to get him out of office, and this is going to work." And woohoo! It's like, no, no, no. The best case scenario, and even if you get rid of him, have fun with Pence. But the best case scenario is the voters are led to believe or realize, because I said before, the Senate is not going to get rid of him. It doesn't matter who it is. Tillis, McSally, all those people are going to want to get their voters to stick with them, so they're not going to come out and oppose him being in office, no matter what he does. But people don't like to face the reality of the hyper partisan era that we live in, and that's fine. But they when they get into this position of trying to dispute my claims, it makes them look more ridiculous because you have nothing to dispute me with. You have one party where almost all of its members we know are going to vote for impeachment. The other one where almost all of its members, if not every single one of them, is going to vote to acquit him. And in the meantime, you have the presidential candidates getting smashed in a key swing state when just a month ago they were beating Trump, at least the majority of them, the front runners anyway. And people don't realize how those things are connected. Your impeachment crap is having a negative impact on people who have nothing to do with it. Warren and Sanders speak very little about impeachment just when they campaign and whatnot. And to see them get their polling, down, down, down over something that they're not spearheading, something they're not controlling, something that I don't think either one of them really aggressively pushed for. In the case of Sanders, I don't think at all. No one has a problem with that. So yeah, he's getting his boost in Wisconsin. People are not going to realize that when you're in one of those states, you care about keeping your job, a higher wage, a union. You know, whether Trump is in office or he held back foreign aid to Ukraine to get, like, they don't care about that, and they shouldn't. It doesn't matter to them, and I don't blame them. People have real life concerns that you actually have one or two candidates trying to address at the top, and they're getting screwed over because you're trying to uh, run some little dumb trash that isn't even going to go in a direction of getting rid of the person that you're trying to get rid of. But hey, that's why the Democrats, I call them the Demo Clowns, because they're jokes and we pay the price for their political comedy.